Welcome to the 2011 Betfair New South Wales Greyhound of the Year Awards. Oaks Road only arrived in Mark Gatt's kennel in March of 2011. For both the trainer and Greyhound, the move would mark the beginning of some tremendous success. After posting a string of victories at Wentworth Park, Oaks Road tasted his first success at group level when he won the Group 3 Dapto Megastar.
Couldn't get through, he got spat out the back, he's gone back to fifth on the inside. It's Mr. Metz, the Queenslander, slipped away by 3 lengths to Mythic Illegal, 4 lengths to Oaks Road, followed by Undisputed Doss, a big margin, more space, Ratley Vale couldn't win, and then Street Boss and Rose Baby. Mr. Metz is the leader, being claimed now by Mythic Illegal, running home as Oaks Road, Mythic Illegal, Oaks Road, Oaks Road, Oaks Road on the last stride, got up to win from Mythic Illegal.
Then in October he came agonisingly close to winning the Group 1 Paws of Thunder, just missing out to Fancy Will.
In that race, I've watched it 1,000 times, and if he happened to come out that night he would have got the best run, but he unfortunately didn't come out, and it was a super run. He made a lot of ground, got a good run through on the inside, and yeah, I think he just sort of made the wrong decision at the home turn, or maybe he didn't make the wrong decision, he just sort of a victim of circumstances, got held in a bit, but yeah, that's racing.
From Noble Pedro, Fancy Dean, Alan Harper, Dusty Arizona, down the back they go, Fancy Will in front of Alan Hertz, 3 lengths away as Oaks Road, tacking on from Things Missing, 3 off Noble Pedro, Alan Harper, Fancy Dean, Dusty Arizona, on the corner, Fancy Will in front, looking for the split Oaks Road, Fancy Will's kicking, Fancy Will in front of Oaks Road, and Fancy Will's got the money from Oaks Road, and third was Alan Hertz.
Oaks Road's success in 2011 has seen his trainer Mark Gatt become viewed as one of the best young trainers in Australia.
He's been the best dog. He chases his heart out, like I said. He's very fast, and he's just a good all-round race dog.
It has also brought some great moments for owner Eddie Kingswell, who has been involved in the sport for decades.
Look, you're lucky to get a good dog like this. I keep telling Mark I'll never get another fast dog like this again, but just going to make the most of it while you can.
Betfair Greyhound of the Year is Oaks Road, and Mark just had to have one of those little nervous retreats. We've had to throw your leg over with the first Jason Mackay, and now Mark has returned back. Congratulations, mate.
Thanks a lot. I was just throwing the leg over the missus.
It all happens here. Obviously, a greyhound like Oaks Road, taking away the last month. You go back to 2011, that's what the award's about. There was a frustrating period. I think it was about September. You had 6 seconds in a row consecutively, and it was just one of those things. You knew the dog had huge ability, just a matter of getting in the right spot at the right time. Certainly in the last month, that's all happened. Was that sort of frustrating as a trainer and for the owner, that sort of middle period of last year?
Yeah, it was. It was real frustrating. We always knew he had the ability, and he could never. It was all the start, and that's what's made the difference in the last month or so. He's been over to nail the start, and in 2011, and when he ran a few seconds there, he wasn't hitting the lids properly, and that was all the difference.
There was one night he stepped, and I think it was 29.58. That's in the serious times. That's only a tenth sort of thing outside the track record, and that's when everyone sort of went, oh goodness, this dog, when he gets in that right mood, he's going to run these times and win some big races.
Yeah, that's right. He can run, and when he steps, that showed he can run. He's just, I think more than anything, the dog's a race dog, but it's not about him being fast or anything. He's a proper race dog. He's got the right head on him to go through dogs and to cop a knock, and for things to go wrong and just keep coming, and that's hard to get in a dog. And
now obviously he doesn't have any issues with the travel, because over the last couple of months you've travelled the length and breadth of Australia, and the dog seems to pull up through it pretty well all the time.
Yeah, well, we went to Melbourne in spring, around the springtime last year, for the Melbourne Cup Carnival, and we didn't have any luck down there with box draws, so it didn't turn out real good, but I think that experience travelling done him the world of good, and then we travelled to Perth with him and was successful there, and yeah, I think it's really matured him, and he handles it beautifully. He can do anything with a dog. So, yeah, the more we travel with him and the older he gets, the better he's getting.
How many dogs do you have in your care at home?
We've got about 17 work at the moment, and about 20 pups, so there's about 37 at home, but yeah, so about 17 in work.
Obviously the family have been in the sport for a little while. What made you sort of take that step into it yourself as stepping out and having a go right on your own?
I always wanted to train dogs. Just I remember the career advisor at school said to me, "What do you want to do when you leave school?" And I said to her, "Well, I don't know." And she said, "Well, what do you really want to do?" And I said, I want to train greyhounds." I said, "But nobody, like my mum looks at me, get a proper job." She said, "No, do what you really want to do, because if you really want to do it, you'll enjoy doing it and you'll be good at it." So I did, and things are going good at the moment.
And obviously when you find an owner like Eddie Kingswell, he loves coming out to the races, and he turns up, it doesn't matter whether it's Oaks Road or other dogs that he's got in his name, he just loves the passion with the sport, and you can see that. And for an owner to get that success, that's a buzz for the trainer as well.
Oh, it is. It is like a bloke like him. The money's, it doesn't mean anything to him. He said to me 1,000 times, if I wanted to earn money, I would have got into something else, not greyhound racing. So it's not about money with him. It's just about, having the dog going to the races and winning, and it's just the prestige of it for him. And it puts you see the excitement when you win a good race with him. He's over the moon.
When you look at Oaks Road, and you went through a few periods at the back end of last year where luck wasn't your way, admittedly just going into this year, the consolation of the Gosford Cup was the night he really stepped and took off, and from there on it's been tick, tick, tick. Had you noticed a change in the dog there sort of leading into that race? Did you know, well, he's about to do something?
No, I didn't really know he was about to do something, because we were trying to do something with him for about a year before that and it never worked. So, but he... We changed his work just a little bit, and we picked up on something when we did a bit of box work with him, and actually my brother picked up on something, not me, not us, my brother, and we tried it a few times, and yeah, I didn't know it was going to work, but bang, all of a sudden he come out at Gosford, and we thought, well, was that why he come out, or was it just, did he fluke it, and then come out again, and he's been coming out really good, so hopefully he can keep going, and yeah, that's about it.
And a good kennel dog at home, is he an easy dog to train?
Oh, he's the best. He's got the best temperament. He's, at home, he's like when you go out in the morning, we empty the dogs about 6:37 in the morning, he'll be asleep, you got to wake him up. You get him up, take him out, he just strolls around like an old man, and as soon as because I work the dogs with a bike, that four-wheeler, as soon as that bike starts up, he's business, or if he hears a lure, his business. But besides that, he's so easy to travel with. My brother was saying the other day, he looked out the window of the plane, he could see Oaks Road. He said he was laying on his back on the tarmac. That's the sort of dog he is. He's just so relaxed. Nothing phases him, and that's why I think he's so good. He can travel, and you can just do whatever you want with him.
Now, of course, tomorrow night you line up in the Australian Cup, and obviously box draws have never been really kind for this greyhound, but he's in such wonderful form that you just got to think, it doesn't matter where I am at the moment, I've got to be always some chance. Yeah, well,
if it was any other dog and they drew the box like he's got tomorrow night, with the dog on the outside of him crashes hard left, and it just the box draw just looks terrible. But I always, I think about the box draw, and then after I think about it, I think, oh, I am going there with Oaks Road. So he just seems to find a way to win, and something will happen to him and he finds a way to get out of it. He is just a really good chaser.
Well, I remember back just a couple of weeks ago with the Tem Lee, at the first turn you were sort of out of play, and there was a couple of blokes with me going, well, he's gone, and then all of a sudden you look at the winning post, and climbing over the back of them was 5 the Yellow Oaks Road, and you think, goodness, how did he get there again? Yeah, that's right. He's just got a tremendous will to win, and as I said, he can... I've seen him cop some real good whacks before at Wenny that would have finished a lot of dogs, and it didn't finish him. He just put his head down and just kept going. Well, Mark, you've been a credit to the sport and to your family and to the way you prepare your dogs. We congratulate you. We wish you well tonight, and certainly tomorrow night, a superb best of luck for New South Wales to fly the flag, and good luck with Oaks Road. I appreciate it. Thanks. Thank you, Mark. Thank you. And just to present On behalf of Betfair and GR New South Wales, a memento of this evening. Please take this for the owner and yourself, and again, we wish you well.
Beautiful. Thanks.
Thanks very much, Ronnie and Mark. And speaking of Betfair, Matty Thompson to present the second to last award before.
Hang on, Russ. Just got to jump over the top, mate.
I'm
Sorry.
getting a hang on.
Yeah, just a hang on. It's a bit of a change. I'm going to go around to Mrs. Mackay. Put your hand up, please, Mrs. Mackay. Over in the corner. Hang on a minute.
You forgot to present the early one?
Yeah, well, I thought, I'm not sick of Jason getting awards. He's had a few of them, and I'll go over and find Mrs. Mackay for the first time.
Just be nice. It's her first night out. Here.
I'm always Knight Russell.
There we are.
Noreen, if you could just stand up for 1 second for us. Noreen, on behalf of Betfair and GR New South Wales, for the wonderful job Jason and the crew have done with Zipping Lad, please accept this. And obviously you're very proud of the son. What sort of child was he when he was growing?
Bugger.
A little bugger. If we had a little bit longer, we could get a true story, and we might get that out of you one night. Lovely to see you here. Congratulations.
Listen to him, will you?
Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Mackay, Noreen, well done, Jace. Congratulations to the team. Sorry, Russell.
Shortly we'll be having dinner, so please bear with us as we welcome up the major sponsor and the very resplendent Matt Thompson.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening to you all, and welcome along. It's been a great night as always, and on behalf of everyone at Betfair, I'd like to extend our appreciation to the chairperson of Greyhound Racing New South Wales, Eve McGregor, and of course the chief executive, Brent Hogan, and his staff for having us on board. Again, this is the third year we've been involved with Greyhound Racing New South Wales overall, and of course this evening, which is a great event. And the media award itself is an important event. The three nominees for the 2012 Betfair media coverage of the year are the Mudgee Guardian, the Northern Daily Leader, and the Daily News from the Tweed region. I feel like I'm at the Academy Awards here. The winner is the Mudgee Guardian and the Weekly.
Very big surprise and special. I don't be a sports journalist to get awards or accolades like that, but when you actually do get an accolade, it's actually very special. Firstly, I would like to thank Betfair for their sponsors for being sponsors for tonight. Greyhound Racing New South Wales for what they do for greyhound racing throughout the state. The Mudgee Guardian, the Weekly, my fellow colleagues, especially Darren Snyder, my editor Robin Murray, and Sandy Smith, who's without a shadow of a doubt is the best sports photographer in the entire world. She does great pics. I would like to thank my partner Sally for her support, and more importantly for just putting up with me. Being a journalist is not a 9 to 5 Monday to Friday job. There's early mornings, late evenings, and always weekend work. So I'm always on the move. But last but not least, I would like to thank the Mudgee Greyhound Club, in particular their club president, Len Haring, the Mudgee trainers, owners and supporters, I should say, of Mudgee Greyhound Racing Club. The last 6 months, the club has had a hard time. They got suspended in September for financial reasons, then in December did not have their registration renewed. But now, fortunately, they're back on track. Sorry for the pun, but but they've got their house in order now, and it's a small club, but it's a very important club. They're they're very passionate about greyhounds. Last Sunday they had their race meet in Mudgee and it was bucketing down rain, but still they had 50 people through the turnstile and they still had their 10 races in the pouring rain. So I'm not sure if that's passion, I don't know what it is. But once again, a big thank you to everyone and I hope you have an enjoyable night. Thank you very much.
And heading the parade, of course, carrying the East 30 and 12 is the career best time.
I used to rule the world, seas would rise when I gave the word. Now in the morning I sleep alone, sweep the streets I used to own. I used to roll the dice, feel the fear in my enemy's eyes, listen as the crowd would say, and now the old king is dead, long live the king. 1 minute I held the key, next the walls were closed on me, and I discovered that my castle stands.
It's one of those nights that get you up for the next 52 weeks.
Pillars of sand. I hear Jerusalem bells are ringing, Roman cavalry choirs are singing. Be my mirror, my sword and shield, my missionaries in a foreign field. For some reason I can't explain that once you've gone it was never an honest word. But that was when I ruled the world.
Bradley Bale, the favourite there, moving in. Let's go to Paul Ambrosoli for the 2011 Macro Meets Golden Easter egg.
Racing, Kilty Lad badly away. Radley Bale flew out of the boxes quickly away. Aston Hill out of the way, pushing up over on the rails with Sergo in the corner. Radley Bale is the leader. He knows you know is rattling home, but Radley Bale all the way. He knows you know a gallant second, but Radley Bale romps in. Radley Bale by 10.
I hear Jerusalem bells are ringing, Roman cavalry choirs are singing. Be my mirror, my sword and shield, my missionaries in a foreign field. For some reason I can't explain that once you've gone it was never an honest word. But that was when I ruled the world.
Okay, ruling the world, thank you very much. Welcome back to the New South Wales Greyhound of the Year Awards. Ruling the world, this man is probably the Greyhound version of that. He needs no introduction, but I will anyway. 2011, $5 million worth in prize money, 2 Group 3s, 4 Group 2s, 7 Group 1s, including the Macro Meets Golden Easter Egg, the Forsyths National Futurity, the Top Gun, and he had 7 of the 8 runners in the Melbourne Cup, and you won. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Wheeler. It's a fair resume. I mean, it's a fair resume, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit scary.
I just asked you before we came on, how many runners a year? And the number is staggering.
Yeah, we average about 200 race starters a week, so we're up about 10,000 starters a year.
And your wife has $50 on every one of them.
We sort of give them a kiss of death if we punt on them. We're not punters at all.
It's amazing. I mean, I know that earlier we heard from someone who's saying the thrill of winning a race, whether it be Group 1, a Group 2 or a maiden at Lithgow or something like that. And I know you're probably going to say it is, but I can honestly say the thrill of winning is just incredible. Do you still get it?
Oh, for sure. We had a group of people come up to the farm the other day, and we record all the races, and we actually had a 5th grade win at Sandown on the Meadows, but it was such an outstanding run that I kept that and showed that to these people.
Well, and last night, was it half of the program at Dapto? I know I backed a couple, but half of the program?
Yeah, 5 out of 10 races, yeah.
And I know it's bizarre. I got an article. I was in Melbourne during the week, and a guy called Andrew Copley, who and his photographer came to your property and took 1,000 photographs, and they used one, which is the norm. He was asked or you were asked the secret of your success, and you said, get some greyhounds, breed them, work 7 days a week for 50 years and see how you go.
That's about right.
So it's taken you 50 years to be an overnight success.
Well, that's right, and a lot of good staff and family. My wife and I, we've been married for almost 37 years, and she's been there when the kids were little, running around, you know, with all that.
Tell me what that was like when you said to her the first time you went out that you're involved in dogs.
Her family was a very sporting family,
yeah,
and her dad loved them, and he was involved with them for probably half his life. Yeah, that's right.
Get the old man on side.
But no, you know, she's one of the keys to the property. We whelp about 300 pups a year, and she does all of that and looks after the little fellas all the way through to about 12 weeks old as they go through the process. So she's flat out.
A silly question, but you're probably going to tell me a very sensible answer. Do you remember all their names? All 10,000 of them?
I call my wife Toots because I can't remember her name.
I got a name for mine, but I won't reveal it here. Well, no, seriously, we've been happily married for 3 years. Shame we've been married for 10, but that's another... when you... I think in the article it also said $5 million a year, and I was very serious. I did do some research. The only owner is Sheikh Mohammed, who's got Sepoy and Helmet and all of these horses. He's won more than you have, but next in line is, you know, it's not the Mr. Coango from the Philippines or any of the other big owners. It's you. It's a pretty big effort.
It's real big. It's ended up being a lot bigger than I expected. It started sort of on this sort of scale about 15 years ago, and my boys were leaving school to come into the business, and we couldn't generate enough money through our activities in one state alone, so we had to expand to the whole nation. In fact, we've got the racing in New Zealand as well, but we had to expand to the whole nation, and as we did, it grew from there. And I first targeted $1 million in prize money. We did that pretty promptly. And then I targeted $2 million, and within a year or two we were doing that. And to get up to $5 million is sort of beyond what I thought we could do.
And it's an amazing feat. And you've got 3 in the race tomorrow night, and you may as well go through them, and so that the punter's here and we can do our best. Are we racking up another winner tomorrow night?
Well, look, to get to a race like that, it's a big effort. Like these 3 Greyhound, these 3 dogs that have been nominated for the Greyhound of the Year, winning feature races. You get a dog through to a feature race like that, and it's a big effort. To get more than one through is sort of unbelievable. And for us to have 3 in it, you know, we're actually, wife and I are driving down to Canberra tomorrow from here, jumping on a plane, and we're going to the races tomorrow night in Melbourne.
So do you like to get to all the finals of the big races, or is it too hard? Or?
Well, it becomes difficult when you're running 2 kennel operations and juggling staff around, and with all the rain we've had a few staff flooded in and can't get to work and things like that. But we've been able to get there this time, yeah.
Okay, biggest thrill? Can you throw one out? No, I know it's like probably a hard question again. Is there one that sticks out?
Probably Kylie Bale, and she was the winner, the first Greyhound in Australia to win a race worth $100,000 to the winner. Okay. That was Green Super Cove at Adapter.
And the names, I understand the Diners and the Bales, but are we just running out of time when we're throwing David, Kylie, Gordon, Russell, every other name up there? Who gets in charge of naming them?
Brendan does most of it.
Yeah?
My son, yeah. Brendan,
he's obviously bored when he comes up with David Bale. I mean, that's a pretty dud name. Unless your name's David Bale, and seriously. It's tough. You've got to come up with a few names.
Nah, we got it down, Pat. It's all right.
What do you do? Is there a formula?
I don't know. You'd have to ask Brendan.
I normally would, but he's not here. Is there a goal that you want to do? Is there, I mean, the Golden Easter egg with Radley Bale this year was obviously huge, being the richest greyhound race in the world.
I suppose we've won just about every major race.
Was there one you want to win then?
I wouldn't mind winning the Easter egg again.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't think there's too many of us here that would think that he won't be a chance to win the Easter egg. Wish him the best of luck tomorrow night, of course. Paul Wheeler, thank you very much.
Thanks, Russell.
Hello, hope everyone's having a fantastic night. Ben Damon and Tim Newbold here from Chasing the Dollar. Now, I'm very sorry that I can't be there tonight. I'll be overseas having some very important business meetings in America. Tim, what's your excuse?
Business meetings in Vegas. That is one of your best, Benny. I'll be here at Wentworth Park calling for the great man PA, who is enjoying himself at the awards.
But you'll be back up there a little bit later on. Maybe people could save you a beer or two?
Yeah, well, hopefully put the staff on the Hilton on standby. I will be turning up around about 10:30, 11 to have a couple of beers. Jason McKay and the team, hopefully they don't drink the place out, because I know they're going to have a big night. They love a drink, and Zipping Lad, one of the finalists, I'm sure, well, if they're going to celebrate he's made the top three, but if he happens to win, well, look out the bar staff.
Yeah, anticipation will be building, that is for sure. Congratulations to everyone for getting through to tonight, and good luck to you all. We'll see you next time on Chasing the Dollar.
Yes, reliably told that Benny's in Las Vegas doing his best at a Bucks night, so we'll see DVDs and videos on YouTube probably very shortly. The next award up for grabs is the Volunteer of the Year, ladies and gentlemen, board member George Bortry to make that presentation.
Good evening, everyone. Without volunteers, we don't have an industry, the lifeblood of everything we do. The 2011 nominees are John Corrigan, Pamela Grant, Faye Kowalski, and Sherry Rosier. And the winner is Faye Kowalski.
Faye spent countless hours of her own time in 2011 undertaking voluntary work across 3 tracks, Appin, Bulli and Wentworth Park. Some of this volunteer work included coordinating major events such as the GBOTA annual Children's Christmas Party, Macro Meats Golden Easter Egg, the Bulli Gold Plate and the Bulli Gold Cup.
Thanks very much. I know Mum hates boats. She'd need a Valium to take the Manly Ferry. I now know she hates getting up in public forums even more, because at the moment she's on a cruise ship off New Zealand somewhere. So I'm here on her behalf. We may have $250,000 races, but it's volunteers like Mum, Pam, Cherie and John that keep the industry together. Thank you very much.